Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for joining us here today on the 14th of July of 2026, and the messenger is here on the new moon in Cancer. I'm actually doing this reading as the new moon is taking place. New moon means moon and sun together, coming together to plant a seed which can come to fruition within 6 months. That's the biggest cycle. So let's see what is coming through as the new moon in Cancer is in its home. So it is very significant. It has got to do with Cancerian themes. So natural fourth house, the house of Cancer, the past, the mother, the family, your emotional, physical security, your emotional happiness, your feelings. It's like, to me, it's like a birthing process. Why? Because Cancer is where the soul incarnates, and Capricorn opposite is where the soul leaves and goes to the next incarnation. So there's like a birthing energy. Remember, Cancer ruled by the moon, which is the mother as well. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is. Venus now is in Virgo. Venus has passed over the south node of the moon, right, in Virgo, in full position. Mars is in Gemini, has left now, is leaving Uranus behind. Mercury still retrograde. Still for a little while. Thank you all for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, joining our memberships, and for a special thank you to our patrons as well. Let's see what's coming through energetically. What are we planting today that we may not see for a little while? Well, you could possibly see whatever it is anytime after the new moon. Remember, the new moon is a dark moon. You cannot see the moon in the sky. So give it 2-3 days. By then, the moon will have caught up with Jupiter in the sign, early degrees of Leo. And Jupiter was in the sign of Cancer that is ruled by the moon. So let's see what kind of magic is going to come through with this new moon. Let's see, as we're reading a general spread. Remember, it is general. So let's see what's coming through energetically. We've got the World card. The World card is a culmination, it's a completion, it's an accomplishment, but it's also the end of a cycle, life cycle. It's the end of the Fool's Journey, the World card, and it does speak to the fixed signs, fixed energies in your chart. Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. This is a card of accomplishment. So just getting to the end of this life journey is an accomplishment. That's what the cards are saying. So there's recognition, there's success, there's a culmination. Yes, something is coming to a completion. Therefore, with this new moon, we are coming to a new beginning. We're planting a new seed. And, well, the World card could speak to whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, that you're on the right track, that you will complete, that you will accomplish. It is a very positive card. Remember that it's a Saturnian card as well, and Saturn's gifts after the testing times can be huge. Saturn is about grounding, it's about reality, it's about receiving the certification, the acknowledgement that you've gone through the test and you've passed with flying colors. So whatever that is concerning you personally, let's see what the tarot brings. Thank you, Spirit, thank you, Archangels, for your guidance as to what could be this new seed that we're planting now, that we will see culminate within possibly 2 weeks, a month, or even 6 months. So let's see what's going on. Look to the area of Cancer and Capricorn in your chart. We always look at the axis, right? So let's see what's going on. We've got Knight of Wands. He's chasing his desires. He's taking action. He's all fired up as we're coming up to a lot of fire and air concerning the more outer planets, which is very significant collectively as well as personally. This is more Sagittarian energy. It could speak to travel, physical travel, dealing with foreigners. We also have the World card as well. Remember that Sagittarius does speak to beliefs, our beliefs, wisdom. Someone's coming in with some sort of a spark. It could be any action being taken relative to what you desire, whether it's your vocation, whether it's your passion, whatever this is. There's something that is moving quickly, but he is facing the past, so it could be concerning the past. Remember, Cancer is also the past. Let's see what the challenge is. We've got the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands are Cupid's love arrows. It's transition, it's moving forward, it's hitting the nail on the head, it's scoring well. It's it's like throwing darts, and the darts hitting the middle spot there, the target, hitting the target, but it's in the challenge position. So there may be some issues still from the past that are going to come up relative to shift, change, messaging, Cupid's love arrows, and anything that you are aiming for. Let's see what's crowning. We've got the Sun, very positive card. We've got Jupiter in Leo. Remember that the moon, after connecting with the sun, right, the seed, it's going to transition very quickly because Jupiter is at the early degrees of Leo, and this new moon is happening in roughly around the 21st, 22nd degree, roughly there. So the Sun does speak to clarity, happiness, success, happiness of the inner child, let's say. Something is coming to be seen. The Sun is recognition. It's the king. Remember, it's Leo. So some possible clarity relative to something that you're creating. Remember, Leo is the 5th house. It does speak to children or the inner child. It could speak to entrepreneurship, something to do with business, recognition, some sort of a very successful completion, and something is going to light up and bring lighter energies. Even though Cancer is all about the emotions, right? We are heading towards the Leo season, which Leo is the 5th house, romance, flirtation, dating, any risks that are being taken maybe will be paying off now. It is a very significant astrological time. Now it's like a symphonic orchestra coming together to bring huge rewards. That's what the outer planets are. They're all coming together energetically and connecting in a very rare alignment, which we will never see again in our lives. So what is it that you're dreaming of? The seed is planted now. The beginning is now. And it's connected to the past. So possibly, because of course, since we're having a new moon in Cancer, the next new moon will be a month after this. And in August, we've got eclipses. So that's going to be a very significant time. What's starting now? There are very good opportunities here with the Sun for recognition, success, clarity, healing, fun. Let's see where we're coming from. The Nine of Pentacles, someone knowing their worth, someone knowing that they hold the value within them, they're good enough. This is a Virgo card. Nine of Pentacles is, I'm in the Garden of Eden, I've got everything I need, but there is something to do with the individualism. You know, I can stand on my own, maybe, because what's missing here is the Ten of Pentacles, right? But the 9 also speaks to a culmination. Again, it's a 9. So the Nine of Pentacles is very similar to the Empress energy. Now remember that Venus just passed over the South Node in Virgo, and this is a Virgo card. So that Venus passing over the South Node is what we need to shed, release. It's a Saturnian energy which says we need to get into discomfort and out of our comfort zone. So it's got a lot to do with the past, so a lot to do with toxic situations. Spirit is saying here that there are opportunities, and you need to know that you are noticed, that you are recognized, that you are valued, all these things, and trusting in that in yourself, and the self-love that you need to show to yourself, because she's amongst such riches. She's wearing fine material, she's wearing things, you know, she's surrounded by value. And just like the Empress, the manifestation is there. Do you believe in that though? Or are you going to be like the miser and think that you're not good enough? Let's take the recent past. We've got the Hierophant. And the Hierophant could be anything to do with a contract, a family situation, a marriage, self-worth. It's Taurus. Taurus is the natural second house. We've got Venus, Taurus. Remember that Chiron has entered Taurus. Chiron, the open wound, the wounded healer. Something to do with cutting, and Chiron is in the house of Venus and in a very good aspect with Venus. So something that is not giving you value, self-worth, the ability to feel free, to feel, because that's what the Knight of Wands is all about, freedom. Where you haven't felt free, where you've felt as though you're chained down, you've signed on the dotted line some sort of an agreement or a contract that you want to release. This is the time to do it. These are the opportunities now to do this, because it's all about ending past situations and moving towards a new beginning. It's like a new chapter for collectively is opening up, and we're all part of the collective. So the Hierophant could also be, it may have to do with our beliefs. Remember, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is all about what we believe, the wisdom that we've accomplished. It's philosophy. It's I understand, I see the bigger picture. So remember, Taurus is fixed earth, digging one's heels in conservatism, traditions. I'm going to follow this, but the Sun is, even though it's Leo and it's fixed fire, it's not as fixed as the Taurus energy, because Leo is I follow my heart, and there is fire, there's fire, and Leo is about taking a risk, whereas Taurus would be more, I want more certainty, I want that security, I need to be sure. So maybe there are issues relative to someone being able to stand on their own, to know their worth and follow the path of their heart, right? Because I see that there is a lot of fire here. There is a lot of fire. Here we see more the practical, right? The physical, with Virgo, Taurus, more about the reality, more about finances. Will I be secure? Will I be happy? Will I be able to stand on my own? Like it or not, and we've also got divine source help, that Spirit says there is a culmination, and the culmination can bring recognition, success. You see the wreath there. It's like succeeding. We're succeeding in something. As long as you keep believing in your abilities, because the Nine of Pentacles is, I can stand on my own, I can do this. And let's see what the possible outcome is. We've got the Lovers, very significant card indeed. Gemini. Mars is in Gemini, Uranus is in Gemini. And, they did conjoin, and many of you may have had some surprises. For some, maybe the surprise, the shock, the aha moment hasn't come through yet. But here there are decisions. There are decisions about partnerships, whether it's business or love. Gemini is the twins. It's usually difficult with making decisions. There's like a bouncing back of the energies. Should I? Is it logical? Can it happen? But mind games, Gemini, right? Mercurial, thinking a lot, thinking over and over again. But Mercury is placed in the sign of Cancer. So it's like what Spirit is saying to me is feel into your emotions. Don't get stuck on the thoughts. Follow your heart, feel the emotions. Remember, the sun is the heart. It's the ego, it's the healthy ego. And the moon, the sun is the masculine. We all have masculine within us. The moon is the feminine. It's like heart and soul. The ego, the healthy ego, and the soul working together and saying, I'm feeling into my emotions, I'm overcoming fears, and I know that I can do this. I can make the right choice. Because this is a blessed union, and this, again, Gemini ruled by Mercury retrograde, needing to make decisions, to move forward, to decide whether it's joining a class, you're on your spiritual journey. Do I expand my knowledge? This is not just a love reading. It's got to do with spreading your wings, with seeing the bigger picture, with a story in your life coming to a completion point. That old you need to release it. And whoever's on board with you, you need to continue. It's like a change of scenery in a play. Total change. The environment changes, everything changes. So this is a very strong message here. You see that the wands are pointing towards the lovers, but it feels like here, this Knight of Wands, whoever this is, has got issues with family, with contract, with business, themes from the past that they need to revisit. Maybe they need a little bit more time to make the decision. Remember, this is Archangel Michael saying that this union is blessed and it is a 6, and 6s do speak to balance. Now, where there are imbalances, they have to fall away. And this is whatever you love. Like, seriously, these are the lovers. But it's whatever you truly love, you need to learn to follow. And you need to take on board those that are with you, that are on board with you, and move forward. It doesn't mean that we leave everything behind. We leave a major part of our lives behind. What do we have here? There is Archangel Michael again saying it's time to resurrect. There will be a moment of crisis, but opportunities and second chances. We've got a knight that turns into a king, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, possibly Scorpio as well. Here, Scorpio is all about metamorphosis, change. Now, do remember, my dear friends, that we've got Juno, the asteroid of commitment and marriage, at the early degrees of Aquarius with Pluto. Pluto, it rules Scorpio. So, both Pluto, which is change, mysteries, secrets, right? Relative to the perception, the communication, right? This is Aquarius, or a group that you affiliate with, or with social media, the internet, messages, whatever it is. They're both retrograding, but Juno is like, I'm thinking about my agreement, my contract, my whether you're living under rent and you've got a contract and you're not happy where you're living. It's a time of going over, thinking, and changing fundamentally, because Juno is that. And Juno has got a lot to do with many things, with infidelity. Remember, she was the wife of Jupiter. Infidelity, childbirth, jealousy, control, many emotions Juno is all about. But she's going to pass over Pluto again, and it's a long process. So it's taking us towards the second part of the year. Obviously, when we're talking about retrograde planets, and we've got a few retrograde planets now, Neptune has retrograded as well. When we've got retrograde planets, we're given opportunities, second chances to go back and tweak, change, go over something that we may have missed. There will be returns of people and situations as well. So let's see what the Lenormand tells us. Coming through energetically, dear spirit. This is like a resurrection, right? And it's a number 20. It does come after the sun. We've got the sun and then we've got the judgment card. So the sun's going to show something. Remember, the moon doesn't hold its own light. So the sun conjoining with the moon will bring up slowly. There's a birthing, right? A new seed that's planted. But we will see it as soon as the moon starts to reflect the sun's light about what is going to come through, what is going to be built. And there's a dilemma, Queen of Pentacles. But this is the path, it's opportunities, it's decisions as well. The path can speak to separation, divorce. There's a hesitation of a decision here as well. It could also speak to travel because we've got the traveler here. We see the paths as well. We've got the key. There is Chiron. The key is a revelation, a resolution, a opening of the door, the ability to open the door to this open wound, whether it's emotional, physical. It will give you an opportunity, and that will come through physical means, I'm going to say, because it's the Eight of Pentacles. It's Chiron with a Virgo card, and the Queen of Pentacles could be Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. So we've got a fair bit of earth, and this could be related to work as well, opportunities, right? You're going to be at a dilemma. What do I do? Do I stay with the old or with the new? And Chiron in Taurus is in a positive aspect to Venus in Virgo, which back in the days, Chiron was assigned the rulership of Virgo, believe it or not. And that's why Virgo is the 6th natural house of healing. So whatever it is, this is an open wound that we're learning how to live with, right? How to deal with. Or if this is not such an open wound, it could be a physical key, a key to someone's heart, a key to someone's home, a new job, whatever it is. And we've got the Queen of Wands here. So we see that the feminine is chasing. She's chasing her desires. And this is the snake. This is the serpent, which speaks to jealousy, change, intimacy, Scorpio energies, secrecy, desires, information that's hidden. The snake, remember, is all about change. It could speak to poison or elixir. Again, metamorphosis. I do feel it's got a lot to do with Pluto and Aquarius. And remember also Chiron in Taurus is right opposite Scorpio. So look to those areas of your chart. Let's say the early degrees of the fixed signs, very significant. You've got an opportunity, I would say, to go through some healing, but that involves change, and change is never easy. But Queen of Wands, she is driven, she can create, she's magical, she's special. The snake many times is third parties as well, the other woman, so keep that in mind. And we've got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, we see a lot of feminine energy, even though we've got a masculine here. Queen of Cups, trust your intuition. The stalks bring the child. It brings the new, the seed. You've been over this possibly before and maybe revisiting an old situation. Remember, we've got the we've got the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, and we've got a Queen of Pentacles. So if this is a love reading, there could be third-party situations. Let's see one card for the now, with the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. We've got the Hanging Man, so someone maybe is seeing now things from a different perspective, or Someone needs a little bit more time for that release. Whatever they're dealing with, to become single, to be independent, to not need to sacrifice for everyone and put themselves first. What is the Nine of Pentacles? There's the High Priestess. So a lot to do with spirit. We've got a lot of Pisces, Virgo, so it's got a lot to do with the eclipses. We've got a spiritual connection here as well. A lot of secrets, third parties, a lot of secrets, a lot of decisions. Remember, she sits between the two pillars, but she's surrounded by pomegranates. She's got extra powers, extra strong intuition. She holds the wisdom. The wisdom is within us. Remember, the North Node is in Pisces. The South Node is in Virgo. What do we need to follow is the North Node. Trust your higher self. Even if you possibly don't see the manifestation yet in the physical, trust your higher self. What is the Hierophant? It's got to do with a relationship, partnership, business, or otherwise. Two of Cups. Two keys in the Hierophant. Keys. I don't know if this is someone who... You could be dealing with someone that's got their own business. Someone that travels for business. Someone that has a lot of property, security, financial is very significant for them. And I'm just needing some water. Remember, Taurus is the throat chakra. Something to do with a choice, to give the key, to give the revelations, show the truth, true emotions about a connection. King of Cups, and we had the Queen of Cups, remember. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This could be Cancer, Leo. It could be the timing now, Cancer, Leo, but more than likely it's more Scorpio. Could be any water sign, nevertheless, or someone who's got Scorpio and Leo placements. Let's not get too technical. Let's see what the possible outcome is. And we've got the Queen of Cups. This is unbelievable, everyone. This is Cancer. She's Cancerian, more than likely. She's very creative. She's very giving. She's very sacrificing, and they're facing each other. Look at that. Look at that. Could it be that the feminine is in another connection, needing to make a choice to release it? Because we see the masculine more than likely is someone that's very creative, well-known, possibly successful, or someone that's following their heart. Could it be that the Queen has got one last choice, a decision to make? Ten of Wands, the burden coming to an end, but it's heavy. And there's the Chariot, Cancer. This is movement, this is travel, this is decisions, and this is possible success in overcoming any obstacles. Remember, the Lovers is a 6 and we've got the 7 here. Wow. So things are starting to shift and change. I got the goosebumps as I said that. Let's see what the Energy Oracle has for us. What is the advice, please, Spirit? Contract. Oh my God, and I took it in the upright. Number 6, which is like the Lovers. Number 6, we see the scales balance, so Libra comes into this. It's a contract, it's an agreement, right? Number 6. And it's in the upright, which is wonderful. Let's read. This card shows a contract in the background, ready to be signed, indicating a committed connection of some sort. This union may be a business deal, the sale of a home, a new job. I just getting the goosebumps all over. And it's freaking hot here in Greece. I'm sweaty and I'm getting the goosebumps. A new job or even a commitment in marriage. Whatever the connection, this card is more than a casual agreement. It's usually something that requires a document that's binding, at least for the time being. The scales of justice also indicate that if a legal action is underway, it is likely to turn out in your favor. This card shines a light on potential new opportunities, so remain aware and receptive to what may be coming your way. Balance, commitment, agreements, and those that are not in balance, not in sync, are going to be washed away with the Pisces energy. Remember, the hanging man does speak to, I've seen now, I know what I need to release, and I'm surrendering and I'm leaving it up to spirit, but I've seen things from a different perspective. I've been carrying a lot of karma. Maybe you felt as though you've been put through punishment for some reason, and you're thinking, why me? This is the end of it. Remember, the North Node is in Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter now connecting with the moon on this new moon, because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So now, after his retrograde in Cancer, now he's entered the sign of, I follow my heart. I'm going to create. I'm going to be my own entrepreneur. I know I can do this. And I will be recognized. I will birth this. I've got the ability. So someone knows now how to release the past and move towards the new. Okay, remember that the hanging man is a 12. It does add up to a 3, which is also the Empress. Okay, let's just take one on Tangled Love, and we will be back tomorrow with a love reading. Just letting you know, I think next week we will not do any readings because I will be going away. So just so you know, if I'm not here Tuesday, Wednesday, we've got the cross, 6 of Wands, which speaks to success. It's Leo, but there's a heavy burden, maybe 2 to 3 weeks before this new beginning. You need to keep believing that you can succeed, and you will. Activation, twin flames, soul contract, divine timing, synchronicities, 11-11, everyone. Wow. Okay. What do I need to say? 11-11, like the 4 of Wands. You're stabilizing something. This is an activation, a new beginning, obviously. There will be signs, synchronicities, and portals that are opening. Yes, we're in a very significant time. So, trust your heart, follow your intuition, open your heart, don't close it up. Don't close it up. Be open. Forgive, forget, and release. If there's anything in your heart that you need to release because it's taking up space. All right, release the past and open your heart. First of all, self-love. She's holding the Ace of Cups. When you know your worth, then so do others. So don't be the miser, don't be the victim anymore. And you will see how the energies around you will change. All right, my loves, I think we'll leave it there for today. I've got to run. Love and light, thank you so much. And of course, the members, they get this reading first. And a special thank you to all of you that are here and supporting this channel in whichever way that you do. Love and light. We'll see you soon. See you tomorrow. Happy new moon, everyone.